Hello guys, how's it going? My name is Dal, and patch 11.15 is finally here, bringing with it a ton of new content, a bunch of new collectibles, but also this patch is a fantastic opportunity to catch up brand new characters. One of the pieces of content that is available immediately with 11.15 launch is the Nightfall scenario, as well as the Flames Radiance faction, which are kind of intertied together. A brand new public event that is available within the zone of Hollowfall, one of the most gorgeous zones in the game, which brings with it so many awesome new transmog pieces, new mounts for you to collect, and new reputation for you to grind through, but also so much gear that can be used to outfit your mains and alts with champion track and so many veteran track pieces, many of these items being war bound, so it makes it that much easier for your main to help outfit all of your alts. I want to go over the entirety of the Nightfall scenario, as well as the rewards from the Flames Radiance factions and all of the items that you can collect and how to collect them as quickly as possible from this brand new piece of content, and everything you need to know regarding farming all of the newest collectibles if you're trying to add more stuff towards your collections. As always, if you guys want to see more guides like these for the patch 11.15, be sure to follow the channel and subscribe. But otherwise, let's dive right in. So for the Nightfall event, there's actually going to be 3 specific sources that you should look out for when it comes to obtaining all of the new rewards. And they're kind of tied together. We have things such as the Flames Radiance faction, which is a brand new renowned faction that you get to grind through, as well as the vendors that are associated with that faction, but also the event itself, as well as some of the open world daily quests that you can complete. And all of these things will award you a variety of things from gear upgrades, currencies, but also a ton of different collectibles and some of the best looking collectibles for you to obtain. And all of these things are very much tied together, so I kind of want to break them down one by one, starting with the Flames Radiance faction. So you unlock this faction pretty early on, just while you participate in a single Nightfall scenario, and the rewards from this Flame Radiance faction are actually kind of unique because there's actually like this rank up system that they have. Like when you first join, you're like a recruit and you get yourself a very basic version of their tabard, which continues to upgrade and continues to improve until you get one of the best variations. And you can see that the Arathi here actually have different tabards depending on their rank, so you could actually get a tabard that continues to gain upgrades and visual appearances. From there on, as you make your way through the renowned track, you'll get to unlock a variety of items that you can purchase on the Quartermaster, from a Entertainer's Flame, which is a toy where you gotta jump in the rhythm to keep the flame up in the air. You get a few different pets such as Mr. Mans, which is a voidy lynx cat, but also a Swift Paw, which is the armored variation of him. There's a Flame Radiance banner toy, there's a Radiant Lynx whistle. We actually will get to summon a cat of your own that delivers you mail, so it actually is kind of a useful item. Later down the line, you'll be able to get a backpack which you unlock at rank 7, which is one of those Arathi backpack explorer pieces, but has that Arathi white of the Flame Radiance. And you also will get to unlock a recoloration, or rather a different model of the Delver's dirigible mount of pale paint, which unlocks a new customization option at the Rostrum of Transformation. So you'll actually be able to get some customization options for that very first Season 1 mount from Delves, which I think is pretty awesome. Later down the line, as you get to Renown 9, you'll be able to get yourself a new mount, a Radiant Imperial Lynx mount, which will set you back a few Resonance Crystals, though this faction is very rewarding when it comes to that currency specifically. And towards the tail end, you'll be able to get a unique Necklace of the Devout, a champion track item piece that gives you crit haste as secondary stats, but also bonuses from Sacred Flames War. So it's a neck piece that comes with additional bonus effects, which is one of the best catch-up pieces that you can get. Now, to advance with the actual renown for the Flames Radiance, you basically participate in the Nightfall scenario, but also daily quests, and that's one of the best ways for you to be able to make your way through that faction specifically. Outside of the Quartermaster, they also do have a Flame Radiance Tailor, which is a shirt vendor. So if I, let's say, remove the top for my character, you'll actually will see that it's basically the plate piece, the mail armor piece, the leather, as well as the cloth, but as a shirt cover instead. So if, let's say, you want to go for a transmog look, but you don't like how bulky the plate piece looks, or maybe don't like some of the designs for like the leather or the mail, you can go with a more sleeker shirt version if that is so you choose. And that's available immediately for you to add to your appearances. Outside of this, we also have the Nightfall scenario, which is a big open world invasion that occurs every hour or so. Blizz does call this a public scenario, and a lot of players thought this was like a scenario like Pandaria scenarios or like an instance that you queue in for, but no, it's a public event, it's a public invasion. They call it a scenario because it kind of plays out like a scenario, but yeah, definitely created a bit of confusion. It is just something that occurs in Hallowfall, and you can actually see on your map exactly when a counterattack from the Arathi faction is about to begin, where you get to push back the foes of the Arathi, the Nerubians, where you slay foes, as well as complete a variety of different objectives, from killing Arathi to gathering materials, gathering resources. So it gives you a variety of different things to do while you fill up the bar. And as you fill up the bar, you get also reward boxes, starting with green quality, blue quality, and purple quality, with the rewards inside of those upgrading with every single quality upgrade. These boxes will earn you Valor Stones, Crests, Resonance Crystals, and Gold, but can also earn you unique transmog items as well. Like, one of those boxes was able to drop me a Merildar blacksmithing hammer, and for my rogue, or my hunter I think it was, I believe I got a dagger, and they said the kind of like models and appearances that I don't think we've ever been able to earn anywhere else, not as a quest reward or anything like that. So there are some unique new appearances on these things, but we don't have like an entire list of data mined items that we could test out on the PTR or anything like that. So there's definitely a lot of little things for you to collect from this, but we don't really know the quantity of all of these items, like how many there are, but definitely makes the event itself worth doing, and it makes it worth participating so you can get some of the better boxes, so you can get those cosmetic items. And at the end of the actual scenario encounter, you get to fight a big boss enemy that awards you Veteran Track, Nightfall, and gear for alts, though apparently, they can also award you some of the white Arathi pieces as well. Items that you could normally get on vendors, though from reporting, it does seem like it's a very low drop rate on any of those items specifically. Outside of this, the actual Nightfall scenario is a great source of reputation towards this new Flame Radiance faction, where if you go for the purple boxes, those alone reward you 350 reputation, which is a ton with that faction. And since all of your alts can contribute towards that faction simultaneously, having multiple characters that can do the scenario over a week's worth of time can be a huge bonus when it comes to maximizing the rep as quickly as possible. The Nightfall scenario also comes with a couple of quests. There's a big weekly quest for defeating the Nerubian forces from one of those scenarios. Basically, for completing a scenario itself, it awards you things such as reputation with the faction, Radiant Emblem of Service, as well as a bunch of other currencies to upgrade your gear. But the emblems themselves can be traded in for two vendors. You have two variations, a corrupted vendor as well as the Flame Radiance normal quartermaster vendor. The corrupted armor rummager does have a lot of trinkets and items that are more shadowy and voidy themed, but also comes with weapons that are also the purple Arathi Nightfallen themed, and all of these look absolutely amazing, especially some of the more bigger two-handed weapons, the staves, the swords. All of these items also come with additional shadow damage and shadowy style effects, or potentially primary stat bonuses if they're intellect-based items. But there's definitely quite a number of items that all champion track, which are not only great for a brand new character, but also when it comes to just collecting all of these appearances. So it's a good idea to have a bunch of alts doing this event. However, if you're not looking for the Nightfallen items, you can always go for the normal Flame Radiance gear, and this is where you'll be able to get majority of your favorite transmogs for this faction. Like if you're looking for a full armor, like ivory plated set, which is amazing looking, this is where you'll be able to get it from. And there's a variation of the set for every armor type. We have the plate, we have the cloth, as well as the leather, which normally isn't my favorite. I always found the mask a little weird, but this recolor variation I actually enjoy quite a lot. And of course, we also have the mail set as well, so one for every single armor type. Now, the currency itself and the armor, you don't actually have to purchase armor that your character can equip. Like if you have a bunch of old characters part and doing this event, you could spend this currency just buying up transmogs, but the items themselves are pretty good. It's champion track gear, which can be great for a brand new starter character, and they even have some of the more unique trinkets available towards the front, especially the hallowed tome of the abbot, which can give you more customizable secondary stats if that's what you're looking for. This can either serve as great catch-up gear for any of your old characters, or if you just want to use all of the emblems of service to outgear and buy up all the plate pieces just so your paladin or your warrior could just look kitted to the teeth in a Flame Radiance garb, you could do so as well. Outside of the big invasion, Flame Radiance also has smaller incursions, which are kind of like daily quests with this faction, and these incursions can be found all throughout a variety of different areas in Hollowfall, but sometimes you also will be able to find them in Ashkahed as well. Now, those are really easy to complete. You kind of just fight off little smaller bands of the Nerubian forces. In most cases, just walking around and killing everything that you see to complete the quest, complete the bar is usually good enough, but they don't really take that long to do and can easily be done on multiple characters. These award your crests, crystals, reputation, but also confiscated cultist bags, which can contain, and usually do contain, variety of different Nightfall armor pieces. These are the more voidy versions of the Arathi set. So we have the Flames Radiant sets, which are ivory, but then the purple voidy look, yeah, that's where you're going to be able to get them from, is the Nightfall sets. So those incursions is one of your best sources of transmog hunting. But also the items themselves are veteran track and can be traded to old characters since they are war bound, so you can either use them as some catch-up gear, but this will be one of the main ways for you to be able to collect those armor sets. And that one for each version, the leather, the cloth, the plate, as well as the mail. I mean, all of these, in my opinion, look incredibly good. These are the sets and the items that players have been wanting to get for such a long while, asking Blizzard to finally add them in the game, and this is your time to finally be able to get all of these different sets. And the best part is when you loot the actual boxes for these, or the satchels, it's the items you get from it are kind of random. Like my Hunter was able to get a bunch of leather gear, my Warlock ended up getting a bunch of intellect-based items, mostly weapons, like daggers and staffs and even a cloak, but the items that you get out of those bags are warbound and they're very random. So there's a good chance that you could be on your Hunter, your Mage, your Warlock, your Priest, and still be getting a bunch of plate pieces to outfit a Warrior or a Death Knight. And with the gear being veteran and warbound, it's also a great opportunity for you to gear brand new characters. So if you're looking to level a bunch of new characters up and running, or if you're just going back to the game, this will be one of the best sources of gear for you that you can do really easily. You don't even require a group, as the quest can be done all on your own. However, from the satchels, there is also a unique reward that you can obtain outside of the actual armor sets, and that is the Void Scarred Lynx mount. A fairly lowish drop chance. Well, the PTR seemed to drop for players a lot more than it does on Live Realm so far, but this one comes from those confiscated cultist bags for completing those daily quests. And it gives you a voidy version of that same Arathi style of a Lynx mount. Definitely one of the more unique mounts to add to your collections. But with that, that's going to be everything you need to know regarding the Nightfall scenario and the new Flames Radiance faction, as well as all of the rewards. As always, I do want to thank all of you guys so much for watching this update, and I hope you guys did enjoy this video. If you did enjoy it or found it informative, go ahead and give it a like. I would very much appreciate it. Join our Discord community for any of the future 11.15 updates, especially if we have any more patch notes regarding class changes, which we try to keep up with pretty regularly. Also, let me know your thoughts in the comments down below, and as always, I'll see all of you guys in the next one.